If you feel like a complete mess when it comes to reaching your big goals, this episode is for you. This week, I'm going to help you overcome all of the mind drama and give you 4 steps to becoming more dangerous so that you can repeatedly crush your goals and create a life that you love. Welcome to How to Be a Dangerous Woman, a place where we dive deep into breaking down into what makes amazing women just like you think, feel, and perform at levels beyond what you thought was possible. This is a place where women learn what it truly feels like to have it all without guilt, without imposter syndrome, and without overwhelm getting in the way. I'm Dr. Crystal Connor, and together we're going to explore the health, mindsets, and strategies that distinguish the world's top performing women. And you're going to walk away with the exact tools that you need to build and create a life on your own terms. We're not going to waste any time today. We're going to get right to the assignments. So, right now, I want you to take an inventory of your life. When I'm working with clients, the first thing that we do together is what I'm about to go over with you. So I want you to get your journal out, get that pretty pen, and I want you to think about these 4 areas of your life: your career, your relationships, both romantic and non romantic, your health, both physical and mental, and your money. I want you to write these 4 areas in your journal, and then I want you to rate each of these areas of your life on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being amazing, you can't think of what would make it any better, and 1 being it really sucks and you cannot imagine anything worse. Write out your rating and then why you are rating it this way. I don't want you to edit yourself. I don't want you to judge yourself. Don't try and clean up any negative feelings and make it pretty that you have about any of these areas. I just want you to be honest with yourself about where you are in your life right now. You don't have to make it mean anything negative about you either. That's a choice. You can look at these ratings simply as information. And that's what I want you to do. Just look at it as information from a very neutral place. This is your starting point. This is the information we're going to use to build out your customized path to becoming a dangerous woman. Now, for each of those areas, I want you to go back through and ask yourself, what would make that area a 10 out of 10? What would need to happen? What would need to change? And again, no editing. The sky is the limit here, or rather, your mind is the limit. Allow yourself to dream here a little bit. I'm not suggesting you throw all logic completely out of the window, but I am suggesting that you allow yourself to be really honest about what you really want in your life. And there's no judgment on that. What you want is what you want. Be honest with yourself and write it down. While you're doing this, be aware though that your brain is going to begin to tell you what is and what isn't a possibility for you. Don't listen. Do not listen to that. We're going to address those thoughts in a minute, but for now, I just want you to write. Now, look at the space in between where you are and where you want to be. In between your current rating and your 10 out of 10. This is the area we're going to be focusing our time in this space in between, because who you need to be in order to get from point A to point B is how we're going to create your path to becoming more dangerous right now. Before we talk about who you need to be, I want to address those thoughts that came up as you were writing out your dream life. What are the thoughts that you have about what you wrote down? Do you immediately think it's not possible or that will never happen for me? If so, this is important to know because that's going to stop you from being able to access the feelings necessary to taking productive action that will actually get you to your 10. When you already think that it's not possible before you even begin, you will feel hopeless, discouraged, and probably frustrated. The actions that you take from that place are not going to move you towards actually achieving the goal. Your thoughts always end up as your results. As a man thinketh, so is he. Your outside world currently and in the future is going to be a reflection of your inside world, your thoughts. Don't dismiss the thoughts or try and act like they're not there. I just want you to challenge them. This is something we don't do enough of. We just let thoughts be. We just let them fall in our head and be there, and then we believe them. But I don't want you to do that. You're a dangerous woman. I want you to challenge the thoughts. We're going to work in a systematic way to dismantle them, because it's not realistic to jump from it's not possible to, yeah, of course I can do it. It's not going to be realistic, and that's okay. The way that I want you to think about dismantling these negative thoughts is to think about climbing a ladder. You don't just jump from the bottom, lowest rung to the highest rung. You take one at a time. So, all I want you to do is find your next believable thought, one that moves you from impossibility to perhaps or maybe. So, if your thought was that it isn't possible for me when you were writing out your 10 life, can you believe that there is even a 1% chance it's possible? Can you believe that your goal is possible for someone to achieve, even if you can't quite yet believe it's you, that it's possible for you to achieve it? Wherever you can get to that gets you past your initial limiting belief of complete impossibility, that's where I want you to start. And it's okay. Do not beat yourself up about this. We just want to start. And every day, I want you to test the limits of your belief. I want you to seek out evidence and examples that allow you to move up the ladder from impossibility to perhaps to maybe to it's possible for me. Your brain is trained to fight for your limitations. Doing this work is going to challenge that. Just like you fight for your limitations, the things you think you can't do, or the things that you think you won't be good at, I want you to begin to fight for your abilities. I want you to test your limitations and embrace all of the emotions that come along with the discomfort of stretching yourself. Remember, to become a dangerous woman, you have to be willing to test your limits, to push past comfort and willingly go into discomfort, knowing full well that it's going to bring out a whole lot of crappy emotions and it's probably going to suck a little bit. Okay, that was fun, right? Don't worry, it's getting better. It's going to get better. Trust me. So now I want you to think about the feelings you think that you're going to feel once you get to your 10 life, once you reach the goals. When you think about that life that you want to leave, your 10 out of 10, what feelings are going to be important in your journey from point A to point B? Things like confidence, boldness, ambition, assertiveness. You don't have to feel like you have these feelings now. I don't want you to feel like, okay, if I'm not feeling very bold, I'm not going to get there. I don't want you to think that. You don't have to feel these feelings right now. We're going to work on all of these. When you picture yourself taking steps towards your 10 out of 10 life, what's going to help you get there? Now, how we work on this is because of, if you remember, we've talked about this, guys. Remember, all feelings come from your thoughts. So, all of the feelings you want to feel as you embody the necessary characteristics, all of those feelings are within your reach when you find the thought, the believable thought that drive you towards that emotion. Now, this is, I know, stick with me. This is not passive. We cannot passively do this work. We cannot passively expect that our 10 out of 10 is just going to fall in our lap. It's going to take work, and it's not the work that you think. It's not the actual action of putting together a plan. The work, the toughest work, the most viable, important work is this work. It's getting your mindset in the correct place in order to drive you to take actions that will get you there. So it's all mindset. It is 99% mindset. And then we have luck and opportunity and action and all of those things. But mindset is going to get you 99% there, my friends. This is the work required. We have to get past dreaming and wishing and move into action. Vision boards are great. I talk about them all the time. Vision boards are great. They're necessary because they give us that visual reminder of where we want to be, and we need those things. We need to know what we're aiming for in order to get there. However, don't let your vision board become a glorified instrument of procrastination, one that you look at every day and dream about without putting any necessary action behind it to make it a reality. You can look at pictures all day of your dream house and your dream car and career and family and all of those things, but if you don't do this work, you're just going to be looking at pictures, and it's going to take you much longer to reach your dreams and goals than if you would do this work. So, with your list of characteristics, I want you to define how you would show up and embody those characteristics. How does boldness look on you? What do you do that personifies boldness? How do you show up in the different areas of your life that exemplify boldness? What thoughts create feelings of boldness? That might mean speaking up in meetings and expressing the ideas that you have at work. It might mean setting boundaries with your family members, or it might be taking the next step and starting your business or writing that book you've been talking about writing. And how do you display confidence? If that's one of the things that you wrote down, how do you display confidence? What thoughts create feelings of confidence for you? You do not have to have achieved the goal. You do not have to be at the 10 out of 10 in order to feel confident and bold, or whatever characteristics you wrote down. You don't have to be there. You simply need to access those feelings now with believable thoughts. That's how you get to the goal. Who do you look at and marvel at the level of confidence they seem to have? And what would that look like on you? This is not you copying someone else's persona. This is you looking at examples of characteristics you admire in others and creating your own version of that in a way that aligns with who you are. I want you to be intimately aware of the dangerous version of you. I want you to take on her characteristics, her thoughts, her feelings, and actions more and more and more every day, consciously. This is the work to get there. When you do this, you're not faking it until you make it. You are becoming her. You are doing the work. And it's like shedding off the parts of you that no longer serve you and embracing and calling up those parts of you that have been dormant and hidden. Don't give up. You're worth it. Your dreams are worth it. And there are people whose life is going to be so much better because you were brave enough to step into the fullness of who you are and who you were called to be. And your life will be that much better. This is not an option for you, girlfriends. This is not an option. I want you to get the best out of your life. I want you to create a life that has you in constant awe and gratitude. You're not a mess. Don't you believe that for 1 minute? You are a masterpiece. And with each day, you reveal more and more of the beauty of the masterpiece that is your life. You are a work in progress and a work of art all at the same time. Now, I want you to do this assignment. I know it seems like a lot. Go back and listen to this again. If you have questions, I want you to reach out to me because I want you to do this work. And then I want you to share this with your girlfriends so that they can do the work as well. And I want to give a special shout out to all of my dangerous women all around the world who are part of this community, who are determined to be the best version of themselves possible, who are determined to do this work even when it feels uncomfortable. We are in 27 different countries, ladies, from Canada, the UK, Belgium, Spain, Australia, Algeria, Norway, Philippines, Germany, New Zealand, Israel, just to name a few. So know that you're not alone. We are all doing this work. We are all working collectively to become dangerous women and to make a positive impact and bring our highest contribution to this world. So, I always tell you, don't gatekeep. Share this work with your friends because this is a No Woman Left Behind mission. We are on this together. And I don't want to see, and I know you don't want to see any woman living beneath her potential, not living the life that she dreams about, not receiving all that she wants to receive in this life, and not giving all that she wants to give in this life. We're in this together. So, all right, friends, thank you so much for listening. I'm so happy and honored that you give me 15 to 20 minutes of your time every week. It means so much to me, and I'm so grateful for you. Please let me know how you're doing on this journey, and let me know how I can support you, because you are not alone in this. Have an amazing week. God bless you, and I'll see you next Monday. If you found today's episode helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode. And I'd really love to hear how you're doing. You can find me at Dr. Crystal Connor on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I can't wait to hear what progress you've made. So until next week, see ya.